Hello again, guys. I'm back with some more facts. Today is September 22, 2017. I would like to address an issue that someone brought to my attention by, insulting me. Not only did they insult me once, but they insult me twice. The first one was because they said I am a paid government agent to deceive you guys. Second, they said that I am a die-hard, closed-minded skeptic. Now, I would like to address that person and also those who are like that person. If you watch all my videos, you can clearly see that I personally believe that we're not alone in the universe. So for you to call me a skeptic, you're clearly wrong. I'm a skeptic to a degree, of course. There are things that I'm going to believe and there are things that I'm not going to believe. I'm just not going to believe people that come forth making claims such as abductions or that they had contacts with extraterrestrials if they have no evidence to back up their claims. Now, yeah, you do say, how can they prove it if such experience happened to them? You're right. Sometimes it's going to be hard, but at the same time, you're the one claiming to be talking to these extraterrestrial beings, so maybe that person would be able to come out with some facts, right? Now, for you to say that, another thing that I've been insulted with was that the person said that I did not communicate with Frank's first wife, Bernice, who he married from 1948 all the way down to 1974. That's when they divorced. Actually, that was their second divorce because they separated in 1970 and then reunited, and then of course they divorced for good in 1974. Bernice did not die until later this year. Not later, excuse me, more like earlier this year is what I meant to say. And the person says to me, how convenient that she's dead because now the person cannot confirm that I spoke to Bernice. Even if you did get to speak to Bernice as I did, it does not matter because I did not leave my name, nor did I leave my name to Julie Strange's, Frank's present wife, right? I didn't leave my name. I just presented myself as not a reporter. Because I'm not. I'm just a normal citizen asking questions about something that drew my attention. And since she happened to be Frank's wife, just like Bernice, I was asking questions. Now, of course, I got enough evidence to prove that Valiant Thor was Frank himself. As you guys can see on the screen, the man everyone calls Valiant Thor to the right, that's Frank himself. Okay? Now, whether you believe that I spoke to Bernice or not, hey, you don't have to believe me and that's fine. I'm not a young kid on this thing, okay? And I'm a grown man. I was born in 1974, okay? So I'm 43 years old in case you're wondering. And no, I did not attend the 1950s because I'm not from the 1950s. I never said I was from the 1950s, but I did look these people up. Now, as for you saying about how did I manage to locate these individuals, simple. The internet has a way of allowing you, that be you and I, to find anything anywhere you want, right? So there are different avenues that you guys can go to, such as 1-800-US search, which allows you to find individuals anywhere, any place, wherever they're at. As long as, of course, they're alive, right? Okay. So also, for those of you who want to know, also, there's www.newspapers.com where you can find newspapers from 1700 all the way down to 2017. I chose, of course, the year of in the 50s, of course, because that's where the Howard Menger story, the Adamski story, the Van Tassel, and all that good stuff from the 50s, right? So I decided to start there. All right? Now, I also started to look up backgrounds, which, of course, anyone can do. It's not just any, you guys think that no one can just do that. You can, as long as you know how to do it. It's not like, because the way this person made it sound was like I'm some type of government agent. I was able to obtain any information at any time, If it's within reach of the public information, then you will have the ability to get it yourselves. Okay? Now, once again, you don't have to believe me about the Valiant Thor story. You don't have to. That's fine. I said it in my videos if you don't. Okay? Pictures do not lie. Okay? And I believe his first wife that said that's Frank Ernest Strangers himself. And the picture does not lie, where he's sitting at the North Central Bible Institute, and it proves that he is the same gentleman that you see sitting on the right there with the newspaper. Okay? And I break down step by step on my YouTube channel, as you guys saw, when I began this journey, okay, on my YouTube channel. I started with the Valiant Thor story. I told you guys that I was going to dedicate the entire channel to the Valiant Thor story, simply because people are still to this very day, namely Craig Campobasso, are pushing this story as fact. The story is not factual. Okay? It's based on a creation that was made in 1960 by Frank Ernest Strangers himself. He made it. He made this story real to you guys. Okay? And of course, by making a suggestion to you guys, he was making you guys believe it was real. But yet you guys didn't want to question it. Well, I'm sure there's people out there that did question this story besides myself, obviously. And I don't think people has gotten as far as I have, because look, you see, I knew that if I was to find Bernice or Denise, Denise is his second wife, by the way, who he married when she was 19 and he was 47. His birthday was the following day, which would made him 48 years old with a 19-year-old woman. Teenager, rather, right? Okay. So I really didn't get a hold of Denise, but I did get a hold of Bernice. And once again, you guys don't have to believe me. You don't have to, okay? Because this is like me basically standing on a, on a stand there, auditorium or something, and giving you guys truth without you paying me, all right? Now, while there's other so-called top-notch ufologists and all that good stuff out there charging you an arm and leg just so you can go to their lectures, right? And then, not to top it off, they also promote their own books. So you keep, buying their books over and over again, simply for what? To gather information you already got? You know what I'm saying? For me, YouTube has been a great platform to allow me to come forth with the information that I've gathered throughout the years of this story, the Valiant Thor story. And there's more stories that I've already said, but I'm going to get to it. It's just, I started with the Valiant Thor story because I felt that I needed to relieve people, okay, of this web that been thrown on them, that Valiant Thor is real. It's not real. It's never been real. It's a hoax. Okay? And if you like to know how I began, well, I'm trying to go as fast as I can and as brief as possible. What happened basically was, when I was interested in the story, I figured, okay, since they merging it with the Howard Menger story, because people keep saying Howard Menger knew about Valiant Thor. That is incorrect. Because when Howard Menger was shown this photograph that we're looking at, okay, he said that he did not know that he was a Venusian. That's what he said. Now, for those of you who forgot, he did happen to be Frank's friend, but that was years later, though. I'm saying, of course, before they both passed away. I'm just saying that they knew of each other. Okay? And so, It's kind of funny how people just, decided, okay, let us fool with the public and tell them that this is real. And yet you want to believe a man who's been showing a photograph of a guy who he says does not ages, but yet couldn't provide any of you any modern time photograph before he passed away in November 17 of 2008. Now, can any of you answer that question as to why he never brought forth any new photographs of a man he claimed that does not age not one bit? Oh no, but you see, I didn't need to have first-hand information that that's Frank to know that that's Frank himself. Duh. Common sense, okay? Common sense. If you notice that nobody else spoke of Valiant Thor, only Frank. There was more. Look at all those people around. And if I showed you guys the whole picture, okay? The whole picture. You guys can see the whole picture, and you can see that there is no person but Frank and his strangers claiming that Valiant Thor is real. Okay, well, once again, I just don't want to go backwards with my channel. I want to go forward, because I feel that this story has exhausted me already because, I put down, 36 videos to show you step by step as to how I got to the conclusion, finally, that Valiant Thor is no Venusian. He's just a normal human being born here on Earth in 1927, October 6th, and his name is Frank Ernest Stranges. So, once again, you guys can choose to believe or not. Okay, that's your choice. You can continue in your journey, in your belief system, and I'm going to continue with my journey in exposing these false stories that come forth. Okay, because there's a lot of con artists out there that they pretend to be these nice-going, church-going people, or just nice-going people themselves, because they're well-dressed and they use nice, beautiful words. So then they go about deceiving the public. I personally do not think that that's funny to deceive, I think it's unfair, okay? When those of us that really believe that we're not in the universe and all they want to do is take advantage of the moment by claiming that they had contact with these beings from outer space, whether human looking or not. And I am highly offended that anyone would think that I'm on here because the government's paying me to deceive you guys when I clearly tell you that the government is controlled by an elite group. And as far as the extraterrestrial, whether they'll tell us that they exist, hey, that's up to the governments of the planet, okay? It's not up to me, it's up to the planet. Whatever they decide, okay? But as far as I'm concerned, I brought forth this story because I came with first-hand knowledge to you guys and show you step by step how it all began. How it all began with me searching this story. You don't have to believe me. You got your own free will to believe in whatever you want. Okay? And now I'm going to continue, like I said, in my journey in exposing these people that are a bunch of con artists out there. And that's what they are. And that's what I'm going to continue to call them. Including the people that are so-called top-notch in the UFO alien field. And all they keep doing is asking you, gimme, gimme, gimme. Give me your money. Give me your money. I'm going to do lectures. Gimme, 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 gimme. Buy my book here. Buy my book there. Gimme, gimme, book. Because that's all they're doing. That's all they're doing. It's all about promoting their new book so you can keep putting money in their pockets. Oh no, but you're going to sit there and get angry at me because I'm presenting you facts about an individual who kept talking about a man who was none other than himself, okay? And he kept telling you that he's some guy from the interior of the planet of Venus. That shit didn't make no goddamn sense, okay? Because even if I didn't get this first-hand information that that man is Frank Ernest Stranges himself, or the photograph that I got proving it's one and the same man, okay? And not only that, that the photographs have been altered, not the ones we're looking at, but the ones that I told you already about Jesse J. Womble, who August C. Roberts had manipulated the photographs and took certain photographs and head movements of Jesse J. Womble and put it on other photographs, so you cannot identify Frank as being Valiant Thor. But then, of course, people getting mad at me because they feel that I'm just going to be deceiving you guys just for the hell of it. Just for free, right? But yet here I am not asking you for one penny, and yet you're going to be mad at me. But you're not mad at those ufologists out there that all they keep doing is promoting their book and you keep buying it, right? But you're getting upset at me. Don't get upset at me. Do your own research, and you can see that you can come to your own conclusions about all these stories. Yes, it's unfortunate that you guys may not be able to contact Bernice, and yeah, you say, oh, how convenient that she's passed away. Well, again, you know, that is not a funny thing that anyone could pass away. I didn't expect that either. I'm just saying, you know, that I spoke to Bernice and I spoke to Julie Stranges. Whether you guys believe me or not, that's on you. Okay? So, again, I will answer any question anyone have. I'm not afraid to bring forth to anybody. That's why I said, if Craig Campobasso has any proof of whatsoever that he can prove to me that that's not Frank, he can bring it too. But you see, my concern is not Craig, because Craig is not the man who was married to Frank. Okay? I was more concerned with the people that were married to the man who claims that he was in the Pentagon and with some alien called Valiant Thor, who we're looking at right there on the screen, but is none other than himself. And the only one that could have known that is his wives, okay? The women who were with him throughout his entire life. And Bernice C. Rabb was the first one before she became Bernice Stranges, okay? And then came Denise Faye Winter, who was 19 when he married her. And then you got, of course, Julie Stranges, who happened to be his last wife. And for those of you who said I have a personal vendetta against the man, no, I think that you got it all mixed up. No, there is no personal vendetta, okay? It was my right to investigate any person. Wouldn't you do the same thing to investigate the person that's making the claim that they have contacts with extraterrestrials? Oh no, but I'm wrong because I'm looking into his background. And his background shows that he lied plenty of times and he was a master deceiver, right? That applied to Howard Menger too. Same thing. That applied to other guys before them. Okay? But yeah, you guys are going to sit there and get angry at me because you feel that I'm the one misleading you guys, using this platform right here to lie to you. But yet I'm not here asking you guys to pay me for this. This information I'm giving you for free. And it's fine. Listen, anybody can say whatever they like. I'm just asking that you guys don't disrespect me, because I'm not on this to disrespect anybody out there. That is not my agenda here. My agenda here is to learn, and together with anyone who's like-minded as myself, okay, to look into these stories before we start giving our hearts to it. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Before you decide to be like, well, I love this story because it sounds so real. Okay, that's fine if it sounds so real, but look into it. Examine it. Investigate it. And see whether it smells of something of a hoax or if it's really real. Now, it's funny to me that a lot of people may claim that they speak to Valiant Thor. It's funny. It's funny because how can they be speaking to Valiant Thor when it's Frank Ernest Stranges himself who passed away November 17, 2008? That's the thing I don't understand, you know? And that's what I'm saying. A lot of people make these false claims out there, and yet there are those of you who continue to buy their books. But then you're going to sit there and get angry at me because you said, well, You're lying, right? I'm the one lying. But yet they're the ones spewing out all the lies by telling you that they have contact with Valiant Thor, but they're not showing any proof whatsoever, right? See? It's funny, man. Life can be funny, really funny sometimes, you know? Because, I mean, like I told you guys, if this was an experience that I was going through, okay, I would try my best to make sure that I can prove it to you. Or I would try to argue with these extraterrestrials, okay, to show themselves or give me some type of technology that I can show you guys. And for the person that said that I don't know their personal experiences, you're right. I don't know your personal experience, okay? But if you can prove to me that your personal experience happened like this, right, then let's show some proof. You're not just going to convince me by telling me that this occurred and that occurred, but yet you have no proof to back up that claim, right? All right, I'm just saying. You can get upset at me all you want, okay? But like I said to you guys, I stand firm with this story. Everything that I got with this story is fact. You don't have to believe me, okay? I'm not the one sitting here trying to charge you anything for watching my videos. I'm just saying, watch all my videos before you guys decide that I'm just some Joe Smo being paid by the government to deceive you guys, right? That's pathetic. That's really low, too, to tell you the truth. That somebody would consider saying that about me. So anyways, I'm going to cut this video right here. I just wanted to bring this video forth because I felt that I needed to address that person and others like that person, and she know who she is, simply because, you know, you're trying to insult my intelligence, and I'm not a young kid, okay? I was born in 1974. Like I said, I'm 43 years old. I didn't just start looking into the story and decided that it's a hoax, okay? And it's not my fault that Bernice passed away. You know, yeah, of course, you're going to say, oh, well, why don't you prove? Why don't you bring proof? Or why don't you ask Julie Strangers who's the man that called her about Valiant Thor, right? You can ask her if you like, but I didn't give her my name. Now, she probably had more than just me calling her. Just like Bernice, same way. But that's why I decided to look for these individuals, because these women were the only one to know Frank firsthand because they were with him. And Bernice was his first wife. That's why. Now you guys get it? Do you guys get it now? Well, thank you for those who you know, subscribing to my YouTube page. Thank you. You know, for those of you who like my page, my videos, thank you. Thank you for those who also hate my videos. I mean, because I'm going to continue to do this whether you like it or not, you know. I'm going to continue to reveal these stories, and I'm going to tell you my honest opinion based on information, investigating, right, that these stories are true or not. Okay? So, also I would like to thank YouTube, of course, because YouTube, without you guys, man, I wouldn't be able to do this, you know, to communicate with people with like minds and that are willing to understand, and also, you know, to share information with each other. You know, that's all I can say, guys. It's just, and I'm going to move on to the next story again, because I felt that it was necessary for me to bring this video, considering that, you know, I felt very offended that someone would think that I would just come on here because I'm a paid agent from the government, supposedly, right? And stuff like that. And come on, that really irritates me, okay? That really irritates me. Everything that I've done on my own. No one has made me do these videos. And nobody made me investigate these stories. I did them on my own, okay? Sometimes you have to give a little to get a little. And sure, I will continue to answer questions about the Valiant Thor story for anyone who wants to continue asking. all I ask is that if you want to, if you disagree with something that I've done or whatever, just ask me a question. And I would clearly tell you, because I have nothing to hide. I really don't, you know? So, and I am a real person. Even though you guys don't see my face on a video, that doesn't mean I'm not a real person. I'm real. I'm as real as it can get. Hello, how you doing? I felt that the most important thing is to communicate the message, which is the most important thing. And that's why I decided to make this channel about UFOs, right? Unidentified flying objects, which could be, of course, made by this planet, or they're not from this planet. Which, of course, I've made mention of that before, because I do believe that there are what we call ships that are made here on planet Earth, but they don't move as fast as the ones that don't belong here. Okay? You guys heard me say that before as well. So again, you know, I thank anyone, you know, for reaching out to me in terms of what they feel. I still want to thank that person, you know, for the, you know, coming forward and saying what, you know, what she said, because that's how she felt, because she used to go to Frank's lectures, as what she says, right? But again, I'm just voicing my opinion. So till then, I'll see you next time, guys.